Hi everybody and welcome to the Mary Moo Show. I'm just stopping by a very different format this week, but I'm going to be giving away one free copy, one signed copy of the book that's mentioned in this particular episode. And all you've got to do is listen all the way through. The answer is so easy, but I think it's the best one that the author, Dr. Obozua, would really love if you can get it correct. So the first person who responds correctly, put your answer there. I'm going to send you this signed copy for free. Everybody else, there is a link in the bio, if in the description, if you really are interested. So the question is, what's at the end of every chapter of this book? Just tell me what it is, and then you get it. Because I think that's a good question, even though it is easy, because that shows me that obviously, hopefully you'd use it. So what's at the end of every single chapter of this book? Please listen through and comment, and I'll see you on the next episode. Toodles. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It's Thursday, and it can only mean one thing. It is the Mary Moo Show, and I am she. I am here every single Thursday from 7 to 8 p.m. Really enjoying my time with you guys. Really enjoying spending evenings having a discussion. Tomorrow is the 1st December, and that can only mean we're getting closer to Christmas, closer to all the feels. I hope you're feeling really, really good. It's cold out. I know it is. It's properly cold, but I hope you're feeling all jolly and good inside. Now, thanks for sticking around, guys. And if you haven't listened to the previous shows, please do find us on YouTube and listen back. We've had a great couple of shows. The last week's one was really cool. I really liked doing that one when we were really talking about why it's important to hear from God, because it can be a matter of life and death. Because it really be like that in these streets. It's so important to hear from God and see what God has for us. Also, we talked on the previous shows with my fabulous guest, Sarah the Misfit. And if you haven't listened, how wild was that? Like, literally, how wild was that? It really was all true, as I said before. It was really, really true. When you get principalities and powers trying to stop you from doing the show, I'm like, not on the Mary Moo Show. No. We will have the show and have a good time, and we so did. But today we're on something different. We're on a topic of love. I was going to say, try and guess what we're talking about. But anyway, don't worry. You'll be informed. Let's kick things off as we normally do with some music. We'll have a chit chat, and then we'll get straight into my little interviewee, surprisey thingy for the show. Okay? So we've got some new ones coming up. We've got some twists and turns here. We really, really do. There's some new ones from Ty Richard. We've got some classics from Shalini, Lecrae, John Batiste. But we've got one fire track that we're going to start things off with today, and I think it should set the precedent for the whole show, for the whole, not even just, it's just the whole life. For me, when I first heard it, I remember thinking, this song this song is great. Let's kick things off with Brandon Lake Countham, and then we'll go to Kaya Jones. Actually, if you don't know who she is, she used to be in the Pussycat Dolls, one of the original OG members of the Pussycat Dolls. She since has left, and she is forging a career in gospel music and has a track, and I think it's only fair to kind of promote and play her track. You can make up your mind what you think about that. So we'll play that next, and then we'll do Shalini, Never Let Me Go. So let's kick things off with Brandon Lake Countham, and I will see you straight after this.
You got thunder in your vocal, you got flames in your eyes, you got wonder working power pouring out of your side. Check the tomb all the way through, the grave is empty inside. Ain't no other pull the greatest miracle of all time. You got power, demons cower when they hear your name call. You got power, the still towers make a liar look small. You got power to devour any counterfeit roar. Even your tongue is a sword, gallop the score. You are the Lord. Holy. You are the Lord. Holy. You are the Lord. Holy. many raging seas open in front of me? How many victories? Can't count them. How many prophecies no one would dare believe? Now it's reality. Can't count them. How many broken men given a second chance? See all the lifted hands. Can't count them. How many Thomases doubted your promises, standing and now convinced? Can't count them. How many hospitals said it's impossible? How many miracles? Can't count them. How many paralyzed living a different life go on to testify? Can't count them. How many sinners saved? How many bodies raised? How many empty graves? Can't count them.
The Mary Moo Show on Ruach Radio.
In the beginning tells your story. When a baby cries, let there be light. With every breath there comes a promise. And every heartbeat testifies. I am amazed by the flow of your spirit, ablaze by the fire of your life. I'll give you all I am. With you I say I can. I get lost in the maze of creation, so found in the rain of your love. Yes, you are all I am. It's for your holy plan. Breathe into me. I do not worry for my future. It's your word that satisfies. My DNA is for revival, to prophesy and speak life. Yes, I'm alive. I am amazed by the flow of your spirit, ablaze by the fire of your life. I'll give you all I am. With you I say I can. I get lost in the maze of creation, so found in the rain of your love. Yes, you are all I am. It's for your holy plan. Breathe into me. I belong to you. Love predestined me, yeah, to cherish my origin. You breathe into me. Yahweh, I receive you. You are my oxygen. I am amazed by the flow of your spirit, ablaze by the fire of your life. I'll give you all I am. With you I say I can. I get lost in the maze of creation, so found in the rain of your love. Yes, you are all I am. It's for your holy plan. Breathe into me.
The Mary Moo Show on Ruach Radio.
You won't ever let me go. Keep chasing me. Let me go.
Mountains and valleys I felt in my life. You carry me all So won't you take my all? I keep fighting, but I surrender. I said, won't you take my all? I keep making the same mistakes, Lord, I can't do this on my own. Said I tried and I tried and tried and tried, but Lord, won't you take my all? I keep making the same mistakes, but Lord, I know you will never let me go. You will never let me go. You keep chasing me even when I feel alone. You will never let me go, me go. Said you will never let me go. You will never let me go. You keep chasing me even when I feel alone. You will never let me go, no. You will never let me go. You will never let me go. You keep chasing me even when I feel alone. You will never let me go, me go. Said you will never let me go. You will never let me go. You keep chasing me even when I feel alone. You will never let me go. I got my helmet on and my armor ready to fight. I know it won't be long till you come back for your bride. So Lord, I'll stay strong. No, I will not leave you, not for anything or anyone. I said I'm holding strong, and I sing like, won't you take my all? I keep fighting, but I surrender. I said, won't you take my all? I keep making the same mistakes, Lord, I can't do this on my own. Said I tried and I tried and tried and tried, but Lord, won't you take my all? I keep making the same mistakes, but Lord, I know you will never let me go. You will never let me go. You keep chasing me even when I feel alone. You will never let me go, me go. Said you will never let me go. You will never let me go. You keep chasing me even when I feel alone. You will never let me go, no. You will never let me go. You will never let me go. You keep chasing me even when I feel alone. You will never let me go, me go. Said you will never let me go. You will never let me go. You keep chasing me even when I feel alone. You will never let me go, no.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. That was Brandon Lake Counting. I hope you like that fire track. And then we did Kaya Jones from Pussycat Dolls with Breathe Into Me. And then we did Shalini, a good classic, Never Let Me Go. And we're going to go straight into our little chit-chat before we get into things. I'm trying to not talk as fast as I want to talk, because I want to get straight into, obviously, the crux of the whole show. But let's just calm things down for a bit and just have a chit-chat. I wanted to give a shout-out to Ariana, the real Wonder Woman. Now, you might wonder, what are you talking about? Wonder Woman is a character, and her name really isn't Ariana. I understand, but I have a friend who used to be in a girl group that I used to be a part of the whole production or development package of this girl group. They were signed to a label, and this was back in my days when I wanted to be a writer. So I used to write for the band, and they since sort of split, have come away and done other things. But one of the girls on there, she has a daughter, beautiful children, but she actually was diagnosed with, and I hope I say it correctly, with high-risk neuroblastoma, which is a cancer. And she had that when she was 5, so she's a young girl, not a baby, a baby. And that was in 2021, and it was such a challenging story because I think Ariana was just complaining about a backache, like a back problem. And the doctors, as usual, she's just she's got fever. And I think that one point when my friend pushed back, the doctor gave her antibiotics and things just went downhill from there. And then obviously the diagnosis that changed the course of events for their life, finding out that their daughter was diagnosed with high-risk neuroblastoma. And it's been such a journey seeing how obviously my friend and her husband and her whole family have geared together, asking people for prayers and obviously following the direction of the medical staff to make sure that they give them, the best advice, take the best advice and do all the treatments that they could do. And they started documenting their journey on Instagram, obviously hashtag. You can hashtag Ariana the Real Wonder Woman, or you can just obviously go on Instagram and look for Ariana the Real Wonder Woman, and you will find her whole story on there. And my friend, I'm sure she wouldn't mind me saying her name, Abigail, she has been fantastic in documenting and keeping people up to date. And her goal has always been, we need to somehow get this thing out of her body so they can go and have some life-changing treatment in New York. And there's been fundraising because it costs something ridiculous, like $250,000, just to have this drug that's only available out there because it's not yet available here. And one of the things she did was ask for prayers, and I was straight on it, as you would normally do, asking my friends, family, pray and donate as much as you can. And it's been such a journey, an emotional journey. Times when things will go really bad and go really well, and trying to preserve her eggs so by God's grace she will live and have children. And it's been challenging. And all I can say to her is I will do my best to pray, and I will continue to support you guys in any way I can. But what was good, and thank God, some great news, great news that my friend shared just on, what day was it now? So that would have been on Tuesday. She shared something fantastic, that they had the cycles of what they normally do, and they had their treatments and they had a scan. The scan had to prove that she was fit and well enough to go off to America, like I said, to have this life-changing treatment. And after nearly 2 years of fighting this, it was such a joy to hear that prayers have been answered, that there was no evidence of disease in her body. Praise God. That's a praise. Right there. Put it right there. Yes, for the praise right there. This day has been incredible. It has been wonderful to witness God heal people in such a positive way. And let this be an encouragement to anybody out there suffering from anything, that God is still in the business of healing. He still heals. Take support and take what you need. I've seen more than 3 or 4 people or 5 people beat cancer through the medical expertise, through prayers, and come out of it. And for whatever it is, God is still in the business of healing. So please be encouraged that he still heals. And he does so because he loves us and he has the power to do so. So that's brought me so much joy this week. And so I'm going to mention this on the show and spread the news. Thank God Ariana has had that diagnosis, that there's no evidence of disease. Praise God. Okay, let's listen to some music and we'll be right back. And when we come right back, I'm going to take us straight into an interview I did with my father, actually, Dr. Yaya Obozua. And I had him on one of the shows, put on the shows like a couple of shows back, when he was talking. I interviewed him about various things. He had a book that had already been out, and he had a new book that was coming out, which is called Liquid Marriage, and was asking him about the Proverbs 31 woman, that everyone sort of cites that verse when it's, in their weddings. I've always cited, everyone wants to be her. And my dad's obviously done lots of study and teachings and things like that on that. And I wanted him to share with us what that's like. Who really is a Proverbs 31 woman? What was her life actually like? And can we actually be that? Or should we aspire to be one? So go back and have a listen. Find us on YouTube. Search for that. You'll find that. So obviously my dad, now Dr. Yaya Obozua, he has released his book, Liquid Marriage. So I went down to London for the book launch, and I had the pleasure of interviewing my dad on questions about it. What is it all about? What does liquid marriage mean? It is all about love. And we're going to get into all that discussion when we come back. We're going to literally go straight into that from the music. So we're going to listen to some music. We're going to listen to Lecrae. So we're just talking about sort of love and that kind of thing. Let's listen to Lecrae, Good Lord, and John Batiste with Freedom. And that should give us a good segue into the interview. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Lecrae, Good Lord.
Made me wanna say, even though I got plenty, if I'm down to my last penny, I still gotta back up, cause it's on this old train line, I'ma get it done. Now I got the party jumping like it's double dutch. Then we spun the block, came back, double up like
Ooh, I got a and a yeah, met her uptown, but she from the borough, better known as the boogie down. All sucky now. Get up out the kitchen, man, I'm cooking now. Brother man, slip me skin, suck it to me, and they gotta shut their mouth when they talking to me. I look around, it's a whole lot of fraction mamas, but I hit the highs, man, don't want the drama. Hey, peace and love, baby, keep it groovy. Every time we pop out, you know it's a movie. If I'm in hot water, then it's a jacuzzi. I gotta shake, so I'm throwing deuces. I gotta even when I'm down bad. Yeah, I know how to bounce back, cause you know I gotta. And she look good, don't she? On top of that, she good for me. Made me wanna say, even though I got plenty, if I'm down to my last penny, I still gotta. I still gotta. I still gotta. I'm just catching the vibe. I told the valet, take your time, it might get a ride. I'm floating through the front door, my modest attire. Good Lord, mama, you know you looking divine. I had to turn around, double take a look at that. Girl, you got good taste, where you cook it at? You can mingle with the cool kids. I'm out here sweating like a preacher in a pool pit. Even when I'm down bad, I know how to bounce back. I know I got her, and she look good, don't she? On top of that, she good for me. Made me wanna say, and even though I got plenty, if I'm down to my last penny, I still got her. I know I got her. I know I got her. Even when I'm down bad, yeah, I know how to bounce back, cause you know I got her. And she look good, don't she? On top of that, she good for me. Made me wanna say, even though I got plenty, if I'm down to my last penny, I still got her. I still got her. I still got her.
The Mary Moo Show on Ruach Radio.
When I move my body just like this, I don't know why, but I feel like freedom. I hear a song that takes me back, and I let go with so much freedom. I'm gonna get, cause it's my freedom. I love how you talk, you speak in my language. The way that you walk, you can't contain it. Is it the shoes, jumping kangaroo? We're overdue for a little more present. Now it's your time, you can shine. If you do, I'ma do too. When I move my body just like this, I don't know why, but I feel like freedom. I hear a song that takes me back, and I let go with so much freedom. I'm gonna get, cause it's my freedom. Get down and to get back up. If someone's around, let them look. You can't stand still. This ain't no drill. More than cheap thrills. Now it's your time. You can shine. If you do, I'ma do too. Cause when I look up to the stars, I know exactly who we are. Cause then I see you shine, you're shining, you're shining.
Everybody come around, everybody come on now. Everybody.
I'm stuck to the dance floor with the whole team. With the whole team.
Let me
I'm
see
stuck
you
to the
wobble.
dance floor with the whole team. With the whole team.
Let me see
Give
you
me what you
shake.
asked for, giving you the whole shit. I'ma give you the whole shit.
Let me
I'm
see
stuck
you
to the dance
wobble.
floor with the whole team. With the whole team.
Can you
I
make
say
it break?
yeah. Oh yeah.
Let me see you wobble.
You do, I'ma do too.
Come on now. Everybody.
I'm stuck to the dance floor with the whole team. With the whole team.
Let me
I'm
see
stuck
you
to the
wobble.
dance floor with the whole team. With the whole team.
Let
see you
what you
shake.
asked for, giving you the whole shit. I'ma give you the whole shit.
Let me
I'm
see
stuck
you
to the
wobble.
dance floor with the whole tape, with the whole tape.
Can you
I
make
say
it break?
yeah, oh yeah.
Let me see you wobble.
You do, I'ma do too.
When I move my body just like this, I don't know why, but I feel like freedom. I hear a song that takes me back, and I let go with so much freedom. When I live, I'm gonna get, 'cause it's my freedom.
The Mary Moo Show on Ruach Radio.
Please let us appreciate Mary as she comes up. It will be the one that is anchoring. I trust her to dig Pastor Yaya very well, so to give us the. Let's appreciate her once again. Have yourself, please. Also, let's appreciate the Almighty God as we welcome the author, the one that we're celebrating Jesus in his life today, as we welcome Pastor Yaya as well.
Right. I think it's good to start right at the beginning before I ask my dad some questions and then everybody else can ask some questions. I think that's a good idea. Dad, are you happy with me to start from the beginning? Okay, so if you live in my household, or you're obviously you're a child of my dad, you'll probably receive every morning a WhatsApp message with some biblical explanation to the book of the Bible that he's studying, which is great, and we really appreciate it. But before that, my dad would do the exact same thing, share with us something he's gained from a particular book that he's researching. And I remember we used to always ask him questions as well about marriage and about what he's studying, because you know, it seems all my life my dad has been studying. That's what it looks like. And we used to always say, like, what are you doing with these things? Like, it just can't end with us. We can't just be the end user of all this knowledge. So what you're going to do with it? And I think it was my sister Ruth that, or Rachel, one of them. Well, one of us suggested, I think you need to write this down, because we started saving it ourselves. We started collating all the biblical explanations, and we had a secret idea to publish it and be like, ta-da, here's the book. But we thought actually there's a lot more to it than just sort of creating a book without the author knowing, but the author being the author. So we thought, let's just ask him to do it. And especially in the area of marriage, as my siblings were getting married, they would always ask my dad questions about different things and things in the scriptures, like what does this mean and what does that mean? And we found them so valuable. So I'm very grateful that we've arrived at a book now of all the things that we've been enjoying in our household. It's so great that other people get to enjoy it as well. And hearing from my sisters, I'm going to ask them a question later, how they felt what my dad was teaching us, how it impacted their marriage, because we still talk about it till this very day. So let's get into the book and sort out the book. One thing I like about this book is I thought it was going to be like a general guide. I don't know if any of you have seen those guides of marriage and those typical books. Sometimes they can seem quite daunting and quite, you must do. But reason why I like this book is because, as it was explained earlier, it's like a story. The book of Esther that takes you from the beginning all the way through, and then insights pulled out at every point, which I think is a great way, which makes it readable. But I wanted to ask Dad about this. Why did you have that approach? How did you come to a conclusion of, I'm going to write this book in this kind of way? Take us through the story of Esther. Like, why Esther?
Well, to God be the glory. That's the first thing. I thank the Lord that I've been able to write this book. And I also thank God for a senior pastor. Sometimes you don't know what you have. And I think this is something about me. You don't know what you have, but someone sees what you have and what you can do. And so I've taken time, and I've apologized already that I was a slow coach. But I thank God for the insight, the discussions, the encouragement, the counsel that I've received from him. But in terms of this book, from the little I have been doing in terms of academic studies, I've realized that there are different approaches to studying the Bible. And the hermeneutical choices, or I would say the decisions that we make when we interpret the Bible, they vary from one person to the other. But the main thing I would say is that God opened my eyes to see that this narrative, there's something about it which is, I would say maybe the approach has to do with biblical theology, which takes a theme from Genesis and runs through to the book of Revelation. And you can see from there how God changed a number of, I would say made some changes to a number of things, but consistently you see this teaching. And this is what this book, what the approach I adopted in this book, and I actually wrote in it that from the perspective of biblical theology, you are able to see a lot of things. Because the main thing in this book is the salvation plan of God. Salvation for mankind and salvation using the children of Israel or the Jews. So this was one thing that actually came out when I was looking at this book. And that's the approach, because I think that answers the question about the approach. So it's looking at it from the perspective of biblical theology. Dr. Gideon Bakare, we both taught biblical theology. I remember when he was doing his doctoral studies, there was a time he was not available, and I was asked to cover for him. So we both agreed on the approach, and I started teaching biblical theology, and then eventually he took over again. So I think that would just explain in a broad sense, the approach I adopted here.
I think it's a good approach, because if you know the story of Esther, it seems like it's a good book and it's a good story. However, what I've noticed that you've done in this book, because I've read it, and I noticed that some people might call it a controversial approach, because if you read it first of all, you start to realize that, hang on a minute, this king was actually the one who Esther married. He wasn't as what it seemed. You described him many times in here as, power hungry, and he's the influence of his friends, and just the way he really was. You challenge the story norm, or the narrative that we've been probably grown up to know about, the story of Esther, beauty queen who gets married and saves. There's more to it than that. I found it was quite controversial elements. I was like, wow. And what I like then is that this book is for men and women, because it challenges the king and the way he treated his wife, and it also makes you as a woman look at how Esther behaved, to think, oh, I can learn lessons from her. So was that intentional? Was it your intent to make it applicable for men and women, and to have this almost controversial approach?
Yes, my wife, your mother, well, she's got a new title now, and I've called her my Eshet Kayil.
Yes, we know. We've heard that.
Yes. See, the reason why I've adopted this approach, and let me just start with her. She's always said at the beginning of this journey, she said, "You sound controversial," and that's what she's always said. She used to say that. She said, but eventually, she also joined the bandwagon. She herself she started embracing my controversial approach. But as, a theologian, these are the kind of questions you ask. You probe things. And underlying all this would be 4 girls in the family and only 1 boy. You can't leave the boy out. So your brother was not, he was also preparing to get married. And you girls were also preparing to get married. If I focused on the girls alone, what would happen to him? He'd probably say, Dad, this is partiality. So it was looking at the man himself. Who is the biblical man that should leave father and mother? And then the back, it says there, cleave to his wife to become one flesh. We need to get it right. Not just any man. A man leaves father and mother. No. Who is this man? So because we're in Genesis chapter 2. So it's looking at the biblical man. And when you compare, you have an understanding of the biblical man, and you look at this man, Ahasuerus, he doesn't look like the biblical man. And so was, in one sense, trying to help your brother so that he would examine himself. And for you girls in the family to look at men and say, okay, fine, who is this man that wants you? And then you can see things and discuss during courtship. So that was the motivation.
I think that's great because, like I said, you do pull out some things that make you think. It can sound controversial, but it's designed to make you actually think and then pray and say, God, wow, I didn't see it that way. I really need to think about it. So, for example, like how Esther even came on the throne. It seems like, there was a stubborn queen who didn't want to listen to her husband. But then you look into the situation and look at the story from a different angle, you realize that, hang on a minute, what was the king actually asking Vashti to do? And it lends itself into thinking about things like abuse in marriage, potential abuse, and having to think these things are real. Not just physical abuse, mental abuse anyway. And it gives you an opportunity that you have here in the book. When you get it, you see there's a reflection point and there's a prayer point. So at every stage you get, it's like revelation, and then you think, then you have to you're probed here to reflect on it and then pray. And you did say in the beginning about the prayer points. Can you explain why you put in these books after every chapter the reflection and the prayer point in there?
Thank you very much, Mary. Writing a book, as you've been told, this is not the first one. But writing a book just for information is one goal, an author's goal. But if you're writing a book that you expect to help people in the journey, then you need God, as we have been told. You need to pray. And so I asked someone to help with proofreading the material. And the thing she said, she's a proofreader, said, this book is good, and it's also good for courtship, or to be used during courtship. And I said, that's an idea. So I decided then to say, okay, fine, I'll add at the end of each chapter, a time for discussion and a time for reflection and also a time for prayers. So that was how that got in. And just quickly dive into what you said about Vashti and the king. Yes, truly, if you look at the king, for example, you can liken him to an alpha male. Yeah. The man wanted to sleep with everybody, but you come near his own, your head is off. So, and that was that man. Again, he wanted to show off his wife. And I felt that if a husband does not look after his wife, or he wants the wife to go out not properly dressed in a provocative manner, you are behaving like Ahasuerus. Because the drunkards looked at, what he wanted was the drunkards to look at his wife and what would be going on in the heart. And that's something that I felt should be corrected in marriage. Husbands should look after the wife, and wife should look after husband. But in terms of how you present yourself outside, we should help one another. And so that was something which I know you mentioned that I felt I should just add that to the discussion.
I think that's good because it does make you think beyond what probably society or what culture would say a good man or woman is supposed to look like. Because you mentioned something in the book where you said he provided for his wife, she had food to eat, things like that. Yet these are the things she suffered with. Because imagine, sometimes what people will say, as long as you have a guy who can buy you what you want, who can get you a house, and they look at surface level things, not actually realizing that a point you make here that Esther couldn't just walk up to see her husband. She was lonely. She had maids and everything around her, yet she was lonely. Is that the kind of marriage you want, where you have to be fasting and praying just to speak to your husband at every point? These are the kind of points that's in here that makes you really think. But I would say this, though. I know this is for singles, for people trying to get into marriage, but I do think there's a lot in here for people who actually are married, because it's a continuous... It's not. I don't think it ends just when you get married. I think this is something you can keep referring to over and over again. Would you agree that this is something that...
Yes, I'll agree with that. Because it wasn't just Esther before marriage, but it was Esther before marriage and Esther in marriage. So there are a lot of lessons to be learned from this book. Today people go about deconstructing everything in the name of popular culture. So marriage has been deconstructed. So what you have left is not real. The biblical values or Christian values have actually been thrown out of marriages. But the whole idea is to bring back, or we'll call that repristination, bring back what we should bring back, and not just go after marriage the way people do it. Yeah. So that is just something which... So it's good for people in marriage and also good. In fact, the last chapter, I actually put it there, that you need wisdom, chokhmah, for marriage before you actually go into marriage. And you would avoid a number of mistakes that people make in marriage.
Yeah, I agree, and I think that the doctor mentioned it as well. So that the last chapter, it actually brings everything together. That whether you're getting into marriage or in marriage, whatever it is, we need wisdom, and wisdom is the thing that's going to guide everyone through it. Let us know what to do. Are there any last points you want people to know? Because I think our time's up. Anything last?
Yes, this doesn't stop here because. By God's grace, I'm working on 3 books now based on Proverbs chapter 31. And same size, just for you to read, like I've been told, my pastor said, something that you can read within 2 hours. So you can actually pick up this book and try to finish it within 2 hours if you're a fast reader, or finish it in one day. So you have three books on Proverbs 31 alone. And by God's grace, we're nearly there. So by God's grace, next year, first quarter, we'll have 3, which would build on this and then focus more on wisdom within marriage, especially looking at what women can actually do to enjoy their relationships with their husbands and children. So that's chokhmah in marriage, and more of on Eshet Kayil.
Thank you, and congratulations on the book. I'm glad you have got to this point. And yes, congratulations.
Thank you, Mary.
Thank you, everyone.
And there we have it. Thank you so much, everybody, for listening to the interview. If you just tuned in at various points, you wondered what was going on. I was in London at the book launch for Liquid Marriage, which is the book by my father, Dr. Yaya, Obozua. And we've just been asking him a bit more about it. And I'm here every Thursday on Ruach Radio from 7 to 8 p.m, having discussions with different people and talking about different things. And this one was just all about the book, what it's about. And I wanted to get a bit deeper. If you are interested, just go on Amazon, go online and Google Dr. Yaya Obozua, Liquid Marriage, and you should see the relevant information pop up. And I believe the book is about £10. So, yes, so the details will be on the YouTube page of this show in the description after. But if you want to get it beforehand, just go and Google and do that. Okay, that's done. Plug's done. I do have another show that I have been asked to plug, and I thought I might as well just do that and plug that at the moment. I've had her on the show before. That is none other than my pastor, Simone Olagoke. She has another one of her night with her, where she really goes deeper in, and it's great. I think they're just wonderful because she really does these I Am That Woman events. Yeah. She really does invite people in to help us. And I've been to 2 of her shows or events, and they've been so productive. And I always had to say that here. So please get online, go on Eventbrite and Night of Freedom. That's the Night of Freedom. It's happening on the 27th of January. So that's coming up quite quickly after Christmas. So book your tickets now for whether if you're coming from Birmingham, you can still grab the coach. If not, in London, get online and get there. So that's the Night of Freedom, I Am That Woman event. Okay. I will see you guys next week. I think that's it. And I'll leave you with the new one from Ty Richard, as I said. It's called Psalm 103, and it features 2 people, actually, Annette Hope and Powerhouse Fellowship. It's a nice, chilled one, and hopefully it should ease you into 1st December, Christmas. And the next time I see you, we're talking all things the season. Take care, everybody. I will see you next time. Bye.
Approach your throne of grace to give you adoration and the praise, and forever bless your name. So from my inmost being I will raise. Jesus, I love you. No one else is above you. Only by grace you take and engrave any heart with your name so they can love you. Holy Spirit, now you live in me. In your love and grace you've forgiven me. 'Cause I belong to you and I long for you.
And I call to you in a song for you.
Know that I need you and you never go away.
And you show how you keep me, how you never turn away.
Praise you, Lord, my soul, I sing praises. Praise you, Lord, my soul, you're so gracious. Praise you, Lord, for all of my days, yeah. Thank you for the promise you made us. Sing praise, praise, praise. Praise, praise, praise.
East from the west, He remove when we transgress. As a father love his kids, so the Lord has compassion on who He is. Put on the punishment we deserve. High as the heavens above the earth. Nothing comparing to what you worth. You only love again when my heart is close and I need you most, and I doubt again. Faithful God, you give me grace again. Whenever I fall short and I break your heart, you surround me then. Give my heart to you, every part to you.
And I offer you what is all from you.
And as long as I'm breathing, I will sing in your name.
In the good and the bad, Lord, I'm giving you praise.
Praise you, Lord, my soul, I sing praises. Praise you, Lord, my soul, you're so gracious. Praise you, Lord, for all of my days, yeah. Thank you for the promise you made us. Sing praise, praise, praise. Praise, praise, praise.
Abide in the vine, true life tree. Give thy El Shaddai praise to thee. Living to follow you where you lead.
I need you to hold me when I'm weak.
Need you and I seek you, yeah.
You pick me up again, Lord. When my mother, father forsake me, then you pick me up again and again. Closer than a friend. And now I'm coming, I've come back in, both feet in, no turning, a new creation. You see things through, being made new, all for you. So I thank you, now I'm new again. Now I'm alive again. You never leave or forsake your child, right by my side and for all time. Righteousness for your children and their children. Holy blood was spilled for our sins, and now we're forgiven. So praise Him.
Praise you, Lord, my soul, I sing praises. Praise you, Lord, my soul, you're so gracious. Praise you, Lord, for all of my days, yeah. Thank you for the promise you made us. Sing praise, praise, praise. Praise, praise, praise. Praise you, Lord, my soul, I sing praises. Praise you, Lord, my soul, you're so gracious. Praise you, Lord, for all of my days, yeah. Thank you for the promise you made us. Sing praise, praise, praise. Praise, praise, praise.
It's an everyday kind of love. Every morning I'm in it. This love is an everyday kind of love. Every morning I'm in it. This love is an everyday kind of love. Every morning I'm in it. This love is an everyday kind of love. This love doesn't leave me all alone. This love won't leave me 'cause my past is bad. Oh, it raises me from the my feet, I stand